Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray as we close out today's show. Frank, you remember sometimes I have made the mistake by saying as we close out the show, and that got some people worried that we were going off the air, not coming back. And I think one time you corrected me on that, so I just want to let you know that I appreciate your listening and correcting me after those wildlife officers had been here, and they were checking your license. I was really surprised that they did that in the studio, so.
When I told them I was from Arkansas, it kind of ended the conversation.
Well, I'm from Arkansas.
Your license, your DL says Tennessee.
Yeah, that's what it does. But, hey, we got a young lady on with us this morning that we've had several times on Outdoors with Larry Ray, and really proud of the accomplishments that she has done in the company that she formed out of Gunnison, Colorado, Pros Hunting and Field Apparel. I really appreciate Kirstie Pike being on with us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
We are doing wonderful here in Memphis, Tennessee. Irma has left. It's going to be back to hot weather, and I just asked you what it's in there, and it's beautiful. So Gunnison is in the kind of the flatlands, beautiful country, folks. If you hadn't been to that part and you go to Colorado and you say, I don't think I'm going to go over there. Yes, go to the other part. Great fishing, things like that. But a typical September day in Gunnison, what's the temperature? Up high and low?
Oh, probably highs in the 60s, lows in the 30s.
There you go.
Absolutely perfect.
Is that not? And then in December, what is it?
It's miserable.
so that's
it can be below zero significantly.
Well, I don't know.
Funny.
Yeah, when you say below, I don't want to know what below is.
Below is so below.
No.
I mean, once you go 20 below, it doesn't really matter anymore.
It doesn't matter. But you're equipped for this, and talk about the company itself. Kirstie, how it's come, and then let's get into this new launch of a new camo that you guys are going to do, the first ever camo pattern designed exclusively for women hunters by women hunters. So talk a little bit about the company itself.
Well, gosh, we're actually, believe it or not, going into our 10th year. So it's been a good haul. We're pretty happy about that. And that's some good longevity. We've been really fortunate to keep gnashing it out and getting a great following of ladies. Proas is here to stay, and we're pretty excited to work with this new pattern through Veil Camouflage. We worked with the designers on that. We wanted to come up with a pattern that was just exclusive for women, that kind of had a new look and feel, kind of with where the industry trends are going, and we're really excited with what we've come up with the Cumbre pattern.
Cumbre, now you just mentioned that word. Now, I was reading the press release, and I wondered what in the world this is. I've got some wildlife officers sitting in the room, and they've been tossing around a lot of big words today, but I bet they don't know what Cumbre means. It means above the rest. And I thought, well, that's a pretty cool name to come up. I'm always thinking, I wish I was the person that named fishing lures and colors and things along that line. I'm assuming you named this camo, right?
Actually, we worked with Veil for that one, and the wording and the philosophy just really works with where we go from a marketing perspective, and in terms of all of our designs and everything we do. So it worked out great. And a lot of times those are coming up with words. You throw everything at the wall and see what sticks best. And,
that's right. Yeah. And you've really done this now. When you started 10 years ago, and I'm looking at it right here. On my phone and looking at the pattern itself, wow, that is cool. Is that not cool right there? Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, I look good in that too, So
I don't know about that.
I don't know. No,
I don't know. We'd let you wear it. We wouldn't judge you at one bit for
it. No, I know I've worn, but my wife has worn some too. But tell me, why did you want to get in with Veil Camo, and why did you want to do this? You've been successful, so what's the basic for coming out with this camo pattern?
We just needed something new and fresh, and we wanted something that really was going to work for Western hunting. We've always designed toward Western hunting, but we need something that's going to function over for every kind of female hunter.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. I think a lot of companies get pigeonholed and just working in one niche. We needed something that was going to work for everybody. So we really worked with the colorations that we felt are most important, that cover the most hunting.
Wow.
We kind of worked with the design team to get those colorations just right, so you get a lot of good micro and macro disruption, really functional out there in the field, and we're pretty excited about it.
Well, I'm looking at it right now, folks. You go to their website, PROIS, if you're wondering how to do it, hunting.com. I've just discovered some of this is on sale. I mean, I like that word. I like sale. Yeah, I'm looking at this. Wow. I mean, you got these 5-star ratings on something that's regular $199. I can get it for $120. So right now, these are sale opportunities, right, Kirstie?
Oh yeah, actually, we're making room for all the Cumbre. We're redesigning our entire assortment, making room for all new lines. We're really, really excited with what's coming down the pipeline, and 2018 is going to look fantastic for Proas.
It's not coming down the pipeline. It's coming down the pike line.
That's right.
Yeah. You got to use it like that. So you're not going to give us any. I like that. That means something that you can use. But no secrets about what's going to happen in 2018. Is there any little hints or anything like that?
I think the biggest hint we can say is that everything that you see on our website right now is on sale. We're clearing everything out, and we're making room for an entirely new assortment, head to toe. Every line is going to be new. We're going to be offering it in Cumbre and some in solids. So we're really excited with the new designs and the new looks and feels. So I'm really proud of what's coming down.
Now, so the availability now, our folks here in the Memphis area, they can get this online, I guess, is the best way, right? So
right now it is, yes.
Yes. So you can go to that, as I said on that, PROIS hunting.com, right?
You got it.
Then just go to that and look at the wonderful things that Kirstie has come up with. Are you, I know it's 10 years, when you start out with something, tell our listeners a little bit about your background, because I think that's kind of interesting.
Well, it's a good background, I guess. I actually started out as a nurse, and that's what I did before we started Proas.
Yes.
And we just kind of started it on a whim back in 2007, 2008, really looking at finding performance technical hunting gear for women. So we just started designing it, thinking it was going to be something that just kind of happened on the side, and it blew up. The timing couldn't have been better, and the concept was right. It was an accident.
But it's taken you a lot of places now, hasn't it? You never thought you'd be going to hunt.
It's taken me a lot of places, and we've been really fortunate to get a great following of women, great networking, and I think that's what Proas really hangs its hat on. Is sales are one thing, but really bringing women together in a great supportive network is key, and that's opened up doors to do women's only hunts and just this great sisterhood out there. And
you're in a wonderful place to field test things, I know. So
if Gunnison's not too shabby, and we get a lot of hunting opportunities out here. It's just perfect place to call home for a hunting apparel company for sure.
Well, Kirstie, I appreciate you being on with us on Outdoors with Larry Ray. We'll post a lot of this on our website, lroutdoors.com, and we'll link up with your website at the same time. Be sure and thank, I'm not even sure how I pronounce her name, Jonina Costel?
Jonina.
Yeah, from Full Throttle. Thank her for setting this up. I've always wanted to live in Moon Park, California. What a name. I mean,
doesn't that sound fantastic?
Yeah, it really does. Moon Park, California. Anyway, thank you, girl. Have a great one, and we'll stay in touch, okay?
Thanks, Larry. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Okay. All right.
I can just remember as a small boy going dove hunting with my parents, and my mother always complaining that there were no hunting clothes for her.
Well, there are now.
There were no hunting clothes made for women, and she always had to wear men's stuff.
I'm going to move to Gunnison. I'm going to.
You need to go to Gunnison.
That 60-degree high, 30-degree low. I'm in for that.
Yeah, that's a bad
I'll
day.
deal with December or January, February, that sounds.
Well,
good
you
to
don't
me.
have to worry about dealing with it because you ain't going anywhere. You're stuck in your house for 3 months. The sun never shines. That's in Gunnison, but pretty cool. And guys, thank y'all for being here. The law enforcement guys have stuck around because I'm going out and make sure that my truck is okay. I'm taking them out with me, but appreciate each one of y'all. Tim, good to see you. Thank you for being with us. Wade, thank you for being down here with us. Gabbert, I handle Gabbert fine. So Gabbert is okay. He takes care of me, and Annie's going on vacation. Jeff, that means you have extra responsibility. You and Ray communicate with each other and just put the force on them, okay? And if you're in Lauderdale County and you're going fast through there, if you're stopping off to eat, there's some great eating places. If you're heading out to John Tully, going out there, it's a wonderful place. Wade knows all these places, right? There's good fishing at some of these places too. Let me tell you about next week's show. As I said, Gabbert will be filling in for me. I am on vacation. I am going to the beach tomorrow, going down there to Gulf Shores with my family. They're actually paying for the room. That is a first, so I appreciate that. And then going over to Baton Rouge and see my 80-year-old aunt and uncle, and I look forward to that as a week off. Last time I went down there with my aunt and uncle, he's a criminal lawyer, and we're in the most expensive steakhouse I've ever been in. And y'all probably know it. We got one here. It's called Ruth something. So anyway, I'm in there, and I go to the restroom, and so the guy in the next stall I'm talking to had a great conversation and everything, and I asked him, "You ever been to Memphis?" "Oh, yeah, I go to Memphis quite often." He said, "Well, I like to go up there and eat some ribs in there. I think we flew up there the other day." I said, "Oh, you did? That's nice and everything." Then he gives me his card. It was the mayor of Baton Rouge. So I've been in the two famous people. I was in the stall at TPC South when Gerald Ford was in next, and all I could see was his shoes. That's all. President next door in the stall with Gerald Ford, and all I see is his patent the shoes. Anyway, that's me again. Next week we're going to talk about bass. The new BASS Opens tournament. We're going to have the tournament director Chris Bowes in here. Jimbo Robinson, Ducks Unlimited, is getting ready to have their big shindig. And here it comes. We're going to talk to Chris Paradise. He is the chief sales officer for Mossy Oak. They have a new camo pattern out called Eclipse. And I've already got mine, so I've been walking around. The neighbors don't kind of wonder what I'm doing out there testing out. I'm just testing patterns to make sure the cat doesn't recognize me or anything like that. And I got a call last night, guys, from a guy who was having raccoon trouble. I gave him your number, Andy, so I thought you might do that. And so John Gordon and Ron Wong will be in here, and so, of course, will be Greg Ratner. This is Larry Ray. Remind you each and every week that it doesn't cost an extra cent to be a good sport. And God bless the USA.
You can find out